Hey everybody, welcome to Remote Learning with Mr. Farquhar. What we're going to be looking at today is Section 5.1 or 5-1, Operations with Polynomials. This is a review from when we were still in the school building. And so what we're going to look at first is the properties of exponents. The properties of exponents will be in your notes, or also you can find them at the beginning of the section in the book. So the first thing we're going to be doing here is multiplying these two expressions together. And the way that I like to do that is to regroup them, grouping together common factors. So grouping the coefficients together and grouping the variables together that have a common base. After doing that, we're going to multiply these together. Of course, 3 multiplied by -2 is -6. When we're multiplying powers with a common base, we add the exponents. Remember that when a variable is written just as y, that the exponent is going to be 1. And after performing that arithmetic, what we are going to get is -6, x to the 9th, y to the 4th. Moving on to the second exponent, the second example. The second example is just highlighting the behavior or the movement or how we handle negative exponents. We don't leave our answers with negative exponents. And if you have something with a negative exponent, it will move from either the denominator to the numerator or the numerator to the denominator. And only the bases that contain negative exponents will in fact move. So as you can see, the w squared to the power of -2 moved to the numerator, becoming w squared, and the similar thing happened with x to the power of -3. Please note that the y to the 5th did not move or go anywhere because y did not have a negative exponent. Okay, so moving on to number 3, we have a fraction that we need to simplify. So first things first, if we isolate and just look at this piece of the fraction, we have 6/15. Both of those numbers are divisible by 3, and so we'll simplify that part of the fraction by dividing those numbers by 3, leaving us with the fraction 2/5. Moving forward, what we are now going to do, because we are dividing powers with a common base, we are going to subtract the exponents. So that is going to leave us with w to the power of -3 and k squared. Since in the previous problem we discussed how we don't leave our answers with negative exponents, what we are going to do with that w to the power of -2 that is in the numerator, we are going to move that to the denominator and make the exponent positive. Moving on to number 4, what we have here essentially is a number of instances of a power of a power. So how I like to handle this problem is the first thing I want to do is apply the exponent to every base in the fraction. And what that looks like is that. So now what we're going to do, we want to remember that -2 to the power of 3 is not -2 multiplied by 3. We are raising -2 to the power of 3. And so we are going to multiply -2 by -2 by -2, which is equal to -8. When we have a power of a power, we multiply the exponents. Upon doing that, we will get b to the 12th and a to the 15th.